How you doing, everybody? I'm coming back to making some movie reactions.
I'm back, baby!
But here's the catch, okay? So they won't be as frequent as they used to be. I used to try to push for like one a week or so, but now I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to get one a week. The reason being is, as you know, there about 4 months ago or so, I was like, I got to take a break because I got to get out there and try to make some money and stuff. So it looks like I'm going to lined up a job here now that is going to be kind of like hours that are part-time to full-time, so I'm going to be like working a day job as well, so that's going to cut down on the amount of time I can get to actually do movie reactions. But here's the thing, I still want to do them in my free time, so any kind of free time I get. I didn't want the channel to fully die. I'm like, man, I miss doing it, I love doing it. And I'm like, I don't know, I just, like I said, you can watch my I'm taking a break video to get a lot more insight into why I need to break and why I created this channel and why I do this channel. But either way, so where does that leave us now? It means that I'm going to be trying to create videos without any stress of being like, hey, I got to get one up a week, or having deadlines or anything like that, or feeling like I'm letting down the Patreon supporters by not putting out content quick enough and that kind of stuff. Really, because like it's better for me to do this than do nothing, right? I'd rather just put up a video, say, one every 2 weeks or one every whatever, than just completely can the channel and let it die, right? So I think hopefully any of you guys who enjoy my content would agree that it's better to put out some when I can instead of just totally walking away from it, right? And I'm hoping that someday eventually I'd be able to be in a position where I can pay a video editor and then I can just put out more content, but I'm nowhere near that. I can barely afford to pay any of my bills. I am super poor.
What is this? What is this? Where's all the money?
That's as good as money, sir. Those are IOUs.
So enough about that, now let's talk about the future. So what kind of content am I going to make? I've been trying to decide, and on my channel, all the different genres and types have been heads ups and downs. Like superhero stuff has been really high at points, but then lows at others. Other action movies and dramas and some comedies have been really high, and some that are just bombed. So I don't know what genre to stick to. So I just kind of wanted to do all-encompassing movies, which maybe that's my downfall to begin with. But that being said, I made a little list here, so if you see me glancing over here, I'm looking at my monitor. What do you guys think? I want your feedback, so comment down below here and let me know. See, there's a part of me that just wants to watch the movies that I want to see and put up my reaction and just see what happens, right? Just movies that I've just got my eye on and really want to see, which is a good thing, but at the same time, I also want to give you guys, the viewers, what you want to see. The problem is, my viewer base, my subscribers, and that kind of thing, and YouTube is so diverse that I don't know what to do, so I've always tried to find a blend between both, so that's why I'm going to go through and ask your suggestions for the different movie types. So new releases now coming out soon. There's like Venom, The Last Ride, and Gladiator 2, for example, are two that's coming up in the next month or so. Like maybe I should jump on those, check those out, because I did check out the earlier like part 1s and 2s of those on my channel already. So it'd be good to see the sequels. So is that a thing I should focus on, do you think? New releases? Should I just see if there's any kind of new release coming out that looks moderately interesting and then jump on those? Do you think that would be some good success for the channel? Because remember, the more successful the channel is, the more money that I can then convert into hopefully eventually paying for a video editor, even though I've been saying that for like 3 years. I think that's a pipe dream and it's never going to happen. But, you know, hope. There's always hope. So the next genre would be animation. So, like, I made a list of a few animated movies that were pushed near the top of my list. It was Puss in Boots 2, The Incredibles, Big Hero 6, and like Emperor's New Groove. Those are a couple that I feel might do good. Animation movies are hit or miss on my channel. I've had a few series that have done fairly well, like How to Train a Dragon and Kung Fu Pandas, even though they just went through and striked all my Kung Fu Pandas. So, yeah. So animation, is that something I should, get back into checking out some more of those? Or should I focus on some more action movies? Because I've had action movies that do well. A couple on the top of my list: Godzilla vs. Kong, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Mad Max series, Underworld. There's a lot of, that's a smaller list. The action list is ginormous, like all the Die Hard movies. And there's so many action films I haven't seen, and again, they just perform mid-range typically. So even though this is not a genre per se, but what about picking a particular director or something and then taking a path down that way? Like, for example, Quentin Tarantino. The only thing I've ever checked out by him has been Pulp Fiction when I first started this channel. I haven't checked out the Kill Bills, the Inglourious Bastards, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, all of those. And I know he's like a legendary director, but I haven't checked out any of his work, so like that could be an avenue I could go down. Comedies are do okay on the channel. Like I had in mind to do some Robin Williams movies, Adam Sandler movies. Like I could pick a particular comedian like that and then go down a rabbit hole like that and just check out several of their best films. Also, there's other movies like I had some success with like Superbad and those kind of movies. So like I could do like Knocked Up or Hall Pass and like those kind of like a little bit more raunchy kind of comedies. I don't know. Now, adventure and sci-fi are always fun, right? They tend to do fairly well, and they're also a blast to watch. So, like, I made a list of a few top, like, there's The Martian, Dune 1 and 2, Edge of Tomorrow, the Avatar films. Now, I did see the first Avatar film back when it came out in theater. I don't remember much about it. I just remember it being pretty awesome, but I have not watched Avatar 2, so that could be a route. Plus, there's countless other adventure and sci-fi films out there, so I could focus on some of those. Now, as for superhero films, you know I'm obsessed with superheroes and that kind of thing, so there's a lot of those films I want to check out. Like I was, right before I ended the channel, took a break from it, I was going through the X-Men films, try to watch all of those to lead up towards the new Deadpool films, right? Because I started off with just Deadpool, did Deadpool, and then everybody was just like, well, you have to watch the X-Men to watch the Deadpool, so I'm like, okay. So before watching Deadpool 2 or the new Wolverine and Deadpool, I had to go back and check all the X-Men. Now, they are, not performing well. They're like 2,000 views, so I'm out of breath because I just ran upstairs to get the cat to be quiet. I'm so out of shape and getting old. Oh my god. Where was I? Now that I caught my breath. Yeah, so I can't, but either way, even though I was doing bad views, I kind of want to get back and go through that X-Men series and just to catch up and then do the Deadpool movies, because I know like that new Deadpool movie, all my friends have seen it and they said like it's mind-blowingly great and it broke all kinds of records for like best rated R movie of all time and this kind of stuff, so I really want to check it out. And I'm behind the ball on that now. There's probably already hundreds or thousands of reactions up to that movie already, so I'm way late because I had to catch up with 100 X-Men movies before I could get to the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. So it's just like, that's the worst thing, because it's just like I'm like, hey, if I would have did Deadpool and Wolverine the day it came out on digital, day or two after, then you're talking like 50,000 more views, and a lot more eyes on the channel and that kind of stuff. But you don't get any now, it'll be too late. Well, will it? I don't know. Either way, I just want to do it because I want to see it again. So it's a fine balance with this channel, trying to juggle between like just doing it for the love of it because I want to do it, which is primarily why I'm coming back and doing it now in my spare time. But at the same time, if you're doing it, you want to do the job well and you hope it's received well, and you kind of want like that interaction with the community and to know that you're putting up the type of content that people actually want to see, right? The other thing I started to do was I started to go through and rewatch the MCU. So I did the Iron Man movie, which was a blast because I didn't remember anything about it. It was like watching a whole new movie to me. Same with the Hulk movie. So like up next I think was the Thor in the film. But again, those were only getting 2, 3, 4,000 views or so. So like I don't know if the demand is there. I think people are over with the MCU reactions because there's like every channel in the sun has done it and said, first time watching, and then immediately it does incredibly well. But to go through and say, hey, second time watching reactions, not so much. Even though they're so, like I've only seen each of the films once and I watched them 14 plus years ago, that they're so new to me. Like I barely remember even who the villain was in the Iron Man movie. I didn't even know who the villain was in the Iron Man movie or the Hulk movie. So I was like, you know what I mean? Like anyways, should I continue on with any comic book movies? Okay, next category was horror. Now, I love doing horror movies, and because I haven't seen many, I haven't seen hardly any, and I wanted to go through it. My friend, one of my good buddies, is a hardcore horror fan. 2 of them, actually. But, so I was like, I started to do some of those, like especially during October, to test it out. Like I did the Halloween series. I wanted to do that. I did the first Halloween movie. Didn't do very well. I started to do the Conjuring series because I wanted to check that out, and like Annabelle and Conjuring, those kind of things on the channel. And they're not doing well. I'm like, man, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But it's like, it's hard to justify creating content that is like, okay, I'm like, I want to go through the Conjuring series. And I do it, and then I take, 15 plus hours, 15, 20 hours, get that movie reaction fully edited, uploaded, and put it on YouTube. And then it's like, ranks bottom. Your worst video out of 10. And it's like all down arrows. And it's like maybe like I think the last Conjuring movie I did or whatever got like 1,000 views, 1,000 views. Like, that's nothing. That's like nobody's watching it. So I was like, oh, that's always the struggle. What is a movie that I want to do, but the rest of the internet don't. And YouTube just punishes with the algorithm too, because like the channel just is like, okay, suddenly it's like, hey, this person's falling off. Viewers are not engaging with their content as much. We're not going to recommend your channel anymore. Because when I put up that, I'm taking a break video, so many comments, dozens and dozens of comments of people saying like, hey, YouTube hasn't recommended me your channel in 6 months. Like, I put up probably, 20, 30, 40 videos in that length of time, and they're like, no, YouTube didn't recommend them. I'm like, you're subscribed to my channel, and YouTube won't recommend my channel to you. It's so annoying. I don't know. They're just pushing whatever's trending, right? And then, the people, even though you hit the subscribe button, unless you turn on the bell notification, and I think that works, but most people don't hit the bell. But yeah, as for horror, that's all I can say about that. Is like, what do I got here? Conjuring, yeah, maybe focus on new horror, like maybe if something new drops. So maybe instead of doing the old-timey classics, just jump on, like, I don't know, whatever the newest horror craze is. So I don't know, maybe I could do that. Now here's the big thing: TV series or like streaming series. It's tricky because I've done it in the past with some of the MCU stuff. I tried it with like the Star Wars stuff, like The Mandalorian. I started initially with The Boys when I first started my channel. I think I put up like 3 or 4 reactions to The Boys. The problem is that there's such a big, they don't tend to perform well compared to a movie, and also they're a huge commitment. So for example, if I started a series, like I got a list of series here, like Arcane, The Boys, or Breaking Bad. Those are a few at the top of my list that I'd like to check out. Arcane, Boys, and Breaking Bad, right? So say I start like the Breaking Bad. I don't know how many seasons it is. I'm assuming it's like 5 seasons or something. So then they're like 1 hour long episodes. So you're like looking at, okay, you just started a series. And if it's like 10 episodes a season or however it works, you're talking 10 hours. Like that's equivalent to doing 5 movies in just season 1. And then if you start a series and it doesn't perform well, then you're stuck with it. Either you got to abandon ship after 4 or 5 episodes in, or you keep going with it, and it's like a 6-month to a year-long commitment to try to bring you all the Breaking Bad reactions, and nobody cares. TV shows are so weird. But I want to watch them. But I have done other series, like Raw. I was just putting up the Raw cuts for shows that I wanted to watch and putting them on for people to watch along by syncing up the timestamp. So, like I did The Last of Us and Wednesday and shows like that. Like I already have them fully recorded. Like I could take the time to edit them, and Queen's Gambit and those kind of things. Is that what the show's called? I can't remember. But anyways, but I could like edit those down because I already got them recorded. But like, is it worth putting them up because they're not hot, new, and current? But even when I did shows that were hot, new, and current, people were like complaining because my thumbnail was like, "Hey, you revealed anything about the show." And I tried to make my thumbnails, somebody being loud, to not have spoilers on them. But sometimes you also have to put it in, you have to put something there to make it clickable. Like if you're doing the show Wednesday, you can't just show Wednesday's face with nothing else on every thumbnail because nobody's going to click on that. But also I don't want to spoil a show for people. So I always try to find something that was exciting but doesn't like ruin the plot. Anyways, TV shows, right? Because if you try to put them up new when they're current, say like, the newest episode of Wednesday comes out and new season, first episode, and I do it. And if my first image is like, I don't know, half shows Wednesday fighting a monster or something, then everybody freaks out and like complains and unsubscribes and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, and if you put a generic thumbnail up, nobody's going to click it either. So, I don't know. It's such a pain. Okay. So, all that being said, I said all of this ranting because I want you guys to comment down below and help me narrow down what I should check out. List your favorite movies. I'll start creating polls again. If you have any suggestions on what I can do, do I just pick what was my most successful things? Which, if I had to do that, it was like Harry Potter and like the book related stuff, but I've done all that. Hunger Games, Harry Potter, that's when I first started the channel. All the basically book adaptations into film, I did all those. The DC content's been used, I've done, started awesome, dwindled down. And so like, I don't know. I need your guys' help on what movies I should check out. At the point of recording this, I did just sit down and watch Interstellar. So I watched that. I'm going to edit that. That should be up hopefully within the next week or so. The last thing I'll leave you with here is my thoughts on, like, okay, how can I evolve or adapt or make my content a bit more interesting? Because, you know, like they said, you just do the same thing over and over again, expect different results, you know. So, don't know. I've had some people comment that they wish at the end of each reaction that I would give my thoughts on the film. I've gotten that comment a lot, but also the statistics say otherwise. The moment the reaction is over, the final scene drops off. I only used to have like a 20-30 seconds at the end where I would quickly try to recap what I was saying while the end cards pop up, which YouTube's likes because then it encourages you to click the end card to continue watching. Because if you watch two of my any content creator videos back to back, it tells the algorithm, hey, this is the continued watcher, they make good content. So you really want people to hop from one of your videos to the next. So that's why I was always trying to do like 20 seconds, blurt it out. Hopefully you'd see on the screen, oh, what's up next? Oh, a different movie. Click it and watch it, right? Because it helps push the video and helps it perform better. All the YouTube analytics stuff is insane. But besides all that, so the alternative is what I'm going to try, just to try to change things up for at least a little while. I'll lose that ability for the most part. The majority of my audience may click off as soon as the reaction is over. But I want to transition then into a review, movie reaction into a review. So I'll take about, I'm guessing 5 minutes, no more than probably, I'm aiming for a 5-minute review. Nothing super long, but what I want is to take the time, instead of rushing off into the next film, let's just try, maybe people will relate more and get more conversation going in the comments if I start saying, okay, let's rate the things out of like stars or whatever, like what was the acting like, the storyline, and the, you know, the visual effects and all these kind of things. I'll have the categories and I'll give my 2 cents on my favorite part of the film, what I liked, what I didn't like, what I didn't like, and yeah, just so I can just give you guys over the course of like 5 minutes more of my thoughts and breakdown on what I thought. Do you think that's a good idea? Do you guys think you'd be interested in sticking around at the end of a reaction to actually know what my thoughts were if I break all those kind of things down, like who I thought had the best acting or whose acting sucked and this and that? So instead of just reacting to it and trying to blurt out quick thoughts without losing too much dialogue, because you have to talk over the dialogue in a reaction, I don't know. That's what I was thinking. The alternative is just go back to immediately show an end card, but I don't know. I want to try something a bit different, and it's a bit more work on my end to put together, like collect all my thoughts, put it together and add some of the visual effects and that kind of stuff. But I think it's worthwhile. I don't know if there's any other reaction channels that are doing it. You can let me know. I know there's movie review channels that do it and movie reaction, but is there anybody that combines the two? Maybe. But that's what I'm thinking about doing, and having a cool like 5-star system at the end. All right, everybody, that's all I got to say. So again, comment down below, help guide my journey, and hope you're excited that I'm back, because I'm excited. And otherwise, you guys are awesome. Peace and love, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. All right, take care. Bye.